Welcome everyone to Pokemon Vortex episode 15. Today we're going to face some more Elite Four members and champions of Hoenn and Sinnoh respectively. But before that, we're going to first catch a new Pokemon. And that'll be Rhyhorn. Rhyhorn got the most votes out of the straw poll in the previous episode. So that's the Pokemon we will be catching today and training in a later episode. If you would like to have influence on what Pokemon I catch and train, go to either the description or the pinned comment and vote on what Pokemon I should catch. Alright, Rhyhorn, where do we catch you? We're on the wiki, so Rhyhorn. Cave maps on land. Sounds pretty easy. Let's go get it. Coming. Rhyhorn, where be you? I'm gonna sing a song. By the way, if you like vlogs, go watch like yesterday's video, which was uploaded on the 20th of March 2017. Because my vlogs are back. I can edit them now, I can do some extra fancy editing things in Camtasia, which I wasn't able to do before. I'm really excited for that. Meanwhile, here's Rhyhorn. Yay for another fast wild Pokemon find. I think I'll definitely do some more vlogs. I'm really excited to do some of those. Let's see. Shadow Sneak, 19. So we can just do this 4 times, really. Yeah, if you have any ideas of what you'd like to see me do or say or talk about in vlogs, please let me know, because I do plan to make vlogs more regularly. Okay, Rhyhorn has been caught. We won't be using it in this episode, but we will be using it in a later one where we'll be training up a team of Pokemon that we caught in previous episodes, including the last one, episode 14. So we're gonna get Crustle back now. This is our Elite Four and Champions theme, as you saw in the previous episode as well. Let's continue fighting. We beat Kanto, we beat Johto, we beat Orange Islands a while ago. Now it's time for Hoenn. Sydney, you're up. Sydney and his dark type. First a regular dark type. Do we have a fighting move? I don't think we had a fighting move, but we have a fairy. Moonforce! One level too low to get the KO. Darn you. Crustle. With ultra effective Caesar Cross. Yeah. Cacturne has Grass Dark as well. So Caesar Cross. With Sharpedo we'll go Abomasnow with a Wood Hammer. And then a Crawdon will use Abomasnow. And then Gardevoir to finish it off. Well, not really in the first hit, at least. Abomasnow will finish it off. So we share the EXP with 3 different Pokemon. Retro Beam! Pretty nice. 1.2 thousand. Let's go to the next fight. And in Hoenn, that is Phoebe, who in Oras has this creepy girl appearing right behind her twice in her, in the speech before you fight her for the first time in the game, which is really interesting. Alright, 4 pure ghost types, a ghost dark and a ghost poison, so we're going to try and work around that. I will use Gengar, so the Shadow Ball. Unfortunately, Dusclops takes me out, so there's not a lot I can do there. Blastoise, I will use you. Let's see, Dark Pulse makes 219. Let's just keep going with that. Unfortunately, you were taken out as well. Sableye will use Gardevoir for, because Gardevoir has Sableye's only weakness. And with the level up that we got from the previous battle, we should one-shot now. Moonforce! Yes, and that was a critical hit too, but that wouldn't have mattered. Alright, Bayonet, Pidgeot, see what you can do. Hyper Beam unfortunately won't affect them, so Hurricane. That's quite nice. Pidgeot's paralyzed now, but we can still beat Dusclops. With 2 hits, that's really nice. Let's see what we can do against Gengar with the same Pokemon. Unfortunately, we cannot win it. But we'll just send Crustle to finish it off with Night Slash. Alright, quite nice. We had to share for 5 Pokemon. I didn't remember that I used. Oh, of course I used Gardevoir. I used it on Sableye. Yeah. I would have probably used Gardevoir instead of Crustle. Anyway, now I at least share it a bit more. It's a bit more equal because I don't want to keep using Gardevoir because then the EXP is too different. I do want to keep them around the same level. Glacia is next with our Ice types, and here we go. Our Fire move is on a Flying type. Great. Well, we'd better use it against an actual Ice type that isn't part Water too. See what we can do. Actually survived the hit due to Pidgeot being used in the previous fight. That's nice. Or in the previous 2. I'm not sure. If it leveled up only once after the previous fight, which it did, it would have only gained 4 HP, so it would have survived anyway. Yeah. Alright, Abomasnow, you're on this one. Because you can hit the water types. Which are most of them. Except Glalie. I would have expected her to get a Frostlass. Then again, mostly Gen 3 Pokemon or Pokemon that are available in Gen 3, and then the developers decided to give her, what's it, Lapras as well. Rock Wrecker, because they do want to give Crustle some extra EXP. And Rock Wrecker also really nicely wrecks the Ice types. 1.2 of 5. Nice. Fourth one, Drake with his dragons. 2 Flygon, a Shelgon, a Salamence, a Kingdra, Altaria. Nice spread with typings. Pure Dragon, 2 Dragon Flyings, 2 Dragon Ground, and a Dragon Water. Gengar, do you have anything fancy in your moves? Terrible, Sludge and Psychic, Energy Ball. Nothing that hits any of them super effectively. So let's just use you against Shelgon with Sludge Bomb. Oh, you don't even survive the hit battle. Okay, Crustle, no. Because Crustle's nice against Salamence and Altaria. Abomasnow is nice. Blastoise. What does Blastoise have? Dragon Pulse too. Now let's use you. Ryu no Hado. And against Altaria, we'll use Crustle. And then Abomasnow on Flygon. Boom. Blastoise again against Kingdra, because a water dragon like Kingdra or like Palkia has dragon as its only weakness. No, it had dragon as its only weakness because it now has fairy. Yeah. Ooh, actually, Kingdra misses Hydro Pump, so Blastoise survives that. That is helpful. Abomasnow can hit the next 2 with Ice Beam. It does get taken out by Flygon. However, Crustle can just Rock Wrecker and feed the Salamence. So that's another Elite 4 member down. So it's time for the champion of Hoenn, Wallace. It could have been Steven as well, but it seems that they decided to go with the Emerald ones. So Wallace isn't the 8th gym leader, that is 1. And then Wallace here is the champion. The one thing I like that they changed that a bit for Emerald. However, something I suppose I don't really like is that there's a water gym leader and a water type champion. I feel that the champion should have varying types. Blue had that. Lance didn't really. He sort of had, yet not, because kind of all of them are flying type and dragon themed as well. Like 3 of them were dragons, they were all Dragonite, which is Then again, there weren't all that many dragons back then. Steven had steel / rock, at least it's some kind of a difference. He also had a Claydol, I believe, which is ground psychic, so that was sort of varied, but not as much as I'm looking for it. Cynthia had an awesome team, I really like Cynthia there. Alder was meh. Like, he had some of the same types, I believe, or at least the same weaknesses. No, he had Excelgor and Volcarona, both bug, although if there's one common type, that's not really a problem. Iris had dragons, which was challenging because the dragons, a lot of her dragons had really high stats, but I'd still prefer it to be varying. Then Gen 6 at Diantha, which was nice in variation, but just because there wasn't that much of a choice in Pokemon, I feel that was a bit because 2 of the Pokemon she used were fully evolved forms of Pokemon used by gym leaders, which I didn't appreciate that all that much. The rest of the team I did like with Lucha as well. Um, I did find it maybe a bit of a strange choice for Deonta. I don't feel it fully fits her, but at the same time it does. Like I just needed to get used to it a bit. And then Gen 7, there's definitely excuse me. There is definitely some variety in there. But now that's enough talking. Wallace time. What are our levels like? Gengar is actually the lowest. We use Gengar against Tentacruel. Seeking first. Snow. Wood hammer on their face. Thank you very much. Gengar here with Psychic. See what we can do. 2-shot. And I use them here because 1, Gengar can hit them super effectively. And 2, because it resists the poison part of their attacks. So if they do decide to use a poison move, I can resist it a bit more with Gengar. Lapras is up next. Let's just keep going with Abomas now. Wood hammer to their face. Gyarados I can't hit super effectively with Abomas now, so let's just see what we can do with Gengar. How far we can weaken it. Quite far. Abomasnow, can you beat the Gyarados without being taken out yourself? You can, which means you can also take out the Melodic with Wood Hammer in 1 hit. And we just need to share between 2 Pokemon, so that's over 3 levels gained for both Abomasnow and Gengar. I like that. Okay, it's on to my favorite region, Sinnoh. First off, Aaron's bug types. Interestingly, his first Pokemon and his last aren't actually bug type. They're originally bug, they're bug poison, or they're poison bug. I'm not sure in which order. I don't feel it matters too much, but the order is always the same, so I feel I should list them in the proper order. Either way, the bug type changes into dark type when it evolves into a Drapion. So it was a bug, not anymore. But I feel it still works because it still sort of looks like a bug. Would there be tertiary types? Drapion would have bug, I would assume. Because it's still part poison though, Fairy can't actually hit it super effectively. Earthquake can. What other weaknesses does it have besides Earthquake? Psychic doesn't work. There's no weakness against water. Let's just Hydro Cannon it. Hydro Cannon! Please. Thanks, you actually hit. I was gonna be worried. Okay, you're useful, Gardevoir. It's actually set one of the lower levels now. Gardevoir, use not Future Sight, Moonblast. Thank you. I actually just realized Gardevoir's weak to poison, so if they would have used their poison move, which was cross poison, that would have dealt a lot of damage. Actually, it's level 100. Cross poison is 70 or 80 power. If it's 80 power, it would have actually KO'd. Even if it was level 100, and Gardevoir's only 87. Anyway, Yan Mega. Crustle? Gonna Rock Wrecker? Scizor is not as easy to deal with, although we do have a fire move in Heat Wave on Pidgeot. So it's actually quite easy to deal with. Heracross. We continue with Pidgeot and its flying type move in Hurricane. If it would hit, please. Thank you very much. Over 1,000 damage. That feels pretty good. Crustle for another Rock Wrecker on a bug flying type to do massive 1,958 damage. Oh, yes. And then Rock Wrecker on Drapion doesn't leave it with a lot of HP. Pidgeot finish it up with Hyper Beam. Yeah, that was a good fight. Massive damage there with the Ultra Effectiveness. Possibly a crit in there. I'm not actually sure. Let's go to the second Elite Four member of Sinnoh, Bertha, with her ground types. Hippowdon starts us off. Blastoise, let's go. Hydro Cannon. That's how we do it. Whiscash, water, ground, instead of the Quagsire that I believe she has in the games, although she might also have a Whiscash. Or only Whiscash, and she doesn't actually have a Quagsire. Either way, she has at least one water ground. Abomasnow is quite high level, but it has the grass move, so Wood Hammer. Boom. Actually, Gardevoir has a grass move as well. Abomasnow, now that you've been used anyway, Ice Beam. Oh, I can't actually hit the rest real hard anymore. Wait a minute. Hydro Cannon! 1305. Gardevoir, You have Grass Knot that should deal some really good damage. Ultra effective there. Once more in Rhyperior. And the battle against Bertha has been won. We continue to Elite Four member number 3, Flint and his fire types, who interestingly in Diamond and Pearl only has 2 fire types. And then he has a Steelix, a Lopunny, and a Drifblim, which feels really weird. Like, I suppose a type themed Elite Four can have Pokemon that are of a different type than what they have. But to only have 2, like less than half of your Pokemon are of your theme type, I didn't really like that. And the reason that is because in Diamond and Pearl, there are only 2 fire type evolution lines available. The starter, Chimchar, which became Infernape, and Ponyta, which became Rapidash. So if you didn't choose Chimchar as your starter, the only fire type you could get without trading was Ponyta Rapidash. It was in Platinum that I believe he did have a full team, where Flareon was added because he had the EV line, Magmortar were added, and Houndour Houndoom as well. So then he actually had a fire team. Okay, let's see. Gengar's lowest level. I don't really want to use him here though, because Crosso, Rock Wrecker, yeah. Let's just use you here too. Rock Wrecker, yay. Blastoise, Hydro Cannon, Blastoise, more Hydro Cannon, yeah. And Infernape, I kind of want to use Pidgeot here to share some more EXP. At the same time, I kind of don't, because the more EXP for the rest. Now I'll share. Pidgeot, Hurricane, thank you. And Blastoise with one more Hydro Cannon! Oh yeah. One more Elite Four member and a champion to go for this episode. It's Lucian and his Psychic types. Girafarig is up first. Because it's also part of normal, Ghost type moves don't actually work on it. I'm just gonna Rock Wrecker. And then Night Slash, because accuracy. Mr. Mime, Psychic Fairy. So we could potentially use poison moves. I'm just now looking at what Pokemon I think is the least worrying for Gengar, because I do want to use Gengar because 1, it's the lowest level, and 2, it hits them super effectively. Unfortunately, it gets hit back. I'll just use him here. Sludge Bomb for some extra power. Nearly gets it, but Mr. Mime doesn't use the right moves and is only able to weaken Gengar just a tiny bit. So, like, we'll just keep using Gengar here on Espeon, see what we can do with Shadow Ball. Isn't actually taken out because it only uses Confusion. I'm not sure why it has to move, it does. So Gengar gets to take out another Pokemon. That is awesome. I'll use Pidgeot on Bronzong due to Pidgeot having Heat Wave and Bronzong being part Steel. If it would hit, please. Thank you very much. No Heat Proof, no Levitate here because abilities are not a thing. Pidgeot, why I should have kept you for Gallade actually, now that I think about it. Hyper Beam, U-turn for some accuracy, survives because they keep using Shadow Ball. So Pidgeot against Gallade. Hurricane. Unfortunately, it misses. We've used Crustle, so might as well just continue using it. Weaken a bit with X-Scissor. Who do we use for the rest of the fight? They're all already above 90. Wow. Blastoise. Yeah, let's use Blastoise Hydro Cannon to finish it off. Let's actually look at our team before we go fight Cynthia, my favorite champion. This is our team with levels for Cynthia. Let's fight. Let's see what kind of Pokemon she has. She has her Platinum team. Because in Diamond and Pearl, she doesn't have the Togekiss, she has a Gastrodon instead, which means she has 2 water types. So I do like that they changed that for Platinum. Bit more variety in there. I do really like her team. Quite different Pokemon, and somehow I feel they'll fit Cynthia. Maybe just because I like Cynthia so much and I fought her so much on Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum that I've just gotten used to this being a team that fits because I just saw it so much. Moonblast takes out the Spiritomb. Its only weakness before Gen 6th game round. Sableye and Spiritomb didn't have a weakness. The only way to really make use of any weakness was use Foresight and then a fighting move, because then you could hit them super effectively on their dark types. Not the case now. Let's see. Rose Raid, I'll use Gengar, because I don't think they have a great move against me. No extra sensory, only moves that don't do much. So Psychic, Psychic, and Gengar survives with quite a lot of HP remaining. Against Milotic, yeah, the Bomb Snow. Such power in those moves, especially with the Wood Hammer. For Lucario, Gengar, what do you have again? No Focus Blast. I'll use Gardevoir. What do I have? No, I do have Heat Wave, so Pidgeot, Heat Wave. Heat Wave again. I kind of want to use U-Turn for accuracy, but that's not effective against Lucario at all. So might have actually not taken him out. A Abomasnow against Togekiss for an Ice Beam, which I could definitely do for Garchomp as well, but I want to beat Garchomp with Gardevoir. And Moonforce! That's how we do it. Two sets of Elite Fours, and then 2 champions defeated as well. Pokemon level 91, 93, 3, 3, 3, and 5. So chances are that after the next 2 elite sets of Elite Fours and champions, we might actually be at level 100, or really close to that for all of our members. That was it for the episode for today. I hope you liked it. In the pinned comment or in the description, please click on the link to the straw poll. Vote on what Pokemon you would like to see me catch, and then train in a later episode. I'll see you all in the next episode in a couple of days' time.